Hey, welcome to the channel. So let's cover what waiting on a Bronco has given us so far. So what has patience, or in some cases complaining, really gotten us? Well, I'm Johnny and this is your co-host Winston, and we're going to get right into that. In this video, I will cover all the Ford Bronco freebies you should be getting so far for your patience. And apparently our patience, or for some our hard work complaining, has paid off pretty nicely. Thank you, Ford. So watch to the end, and I'll also cover what we should be asking for now. Money? Justice? Well, you'll find out soon enough. But just before putting the pedal to the metal, let me just plug my last video, as it will truly help you get your Bronco sooner. In my last video, I covered dealer allotments and how to get your Bronco sooner, and I even mentioned that July 1st would most likely be the date that August builds would be assigned. And the video was all about helping you get into August. Now there's still months available in the year, and guess what? A whole lot of people did get assigned to August. And what was it? Well, almost mostly people who had soft tops. So people who had soft tops did jump ahead of their dealer's allotment list of people. How did they move ahead? Well, they moved ahead of their dealer's allotment list, and really ahead of the whole list in general across all builds, because they had a soft top. Simply put, Ford is not gonna stop the factory because they don't have any hard tops, because Ford's getting 40 to 100 hard tops from Webasto per day. Ford's building 300 hard Broncos at the moment, and they're soon going to be building 600, and by the end of the year they'll be building close to 1,000 Broncos per day. They're not just going to run the factory for half a day and then say, okay guys, it's Monday 2 o'clock, we built all the hard tops we can. We've got a 50-50 mix between hard tops and soft tops. Now go home and come back next Monday when we have more tops. No, they're not going to do that. They do that if they're missing, engines, and they're not either going to build Broncos without tops, put them out in the yard, and let the rain and snow and whatever get into them. So what happens? They build Broncos that they can build. They build buildable Broncos, and since May, I've been trying to help you all get into buildable Broncos, and the soft top right now, that's the secret sauce. Now, just to finish off my, plug for my last video. It was long. It was actually 42 minutes long, and I'm sorry for that. I promise I'll make this video a whole lot shorter. And for those that felt their time was wasted because they either don't care when they get their Bronco, or they haven't even ordered a Bronco, or whatever it may be, well, I talked to my manager, and well, I'm sorry, I can't refund you your time back, but I can make this video shorter. So let's put the pedal to the metal and jump right in. So stick with me to the end of the video, because I'm going to be covering everything you should be getting for free with your Bronco, so all the freebies, and also what we should be asking for now. Now for the freebies. Well, if you are going to wait for a hard top, or if you're lucky and you're really at the beginning of your dealer's allotment list and you have a very early time stamp, then you will get a hard top. And guess what? You're getting sound deadening material for free. That's almost a $500 value. So thank you, Ford. That is a really nice freebie, that sound deadening material. And what else are you going to be getting for free? A brush bar. That actually makes sense, because we were complaining that if you got the brush bar, pull bar, whatever you want to call it, that bar that was blocking the Bronco nameplate, we complained, and guess what? We got Ford to lift it up higher. So there's a win for us. Not a huge one, but it was really what was holding back for me to ever consider getting that accessory. But I do suggest that order that accessory once your Bronco comes in. For something small like that, don't risk having your Bronco held up. Now this one's pretty huge. 200,000 points. Ford doesn't have to give up 200,000 reward points, which is worth $1,000. But hey, it's their way of saying thank you for your patience, thanks for waiting, or just trying to stop a bit of the bleeding, because some people really are upset online, lots of complaining. So for all our patience or complaining, we're getting $1,000. And that's actually pretty huge, because that's not something Ford has to do. Ford could just say, hey, look, other companies have taken deposits before, $100 deposits, and have been, produced vehicles two or 3 years later. And in some cases, didn't even produce the vehicle at all. So thank you, Ford, for the $1,000. But here's the really huge freebie that you got to make sure that you get. Since May, users like Ashley Zykes, George Washburn, M. Peugeot, Future Sean, and Just Incredible, and of course myself and many others, I can't list them all, but we've been going around to different, we've been posting in different places, either on YouTube, Facebook, and we've been saying, Ford, come on, give us the plumbing for the soft top, because originally if you switch to a soft top, you weren't going to get any of that plumbing. And later on, when you get your hard top, you're going to be missing the electrical and the plumbing to be able to run that hard top with actual, anything, a wiper, defrost, the good stuff. So Ford didn't have to do this, but boy, are we ever glad that they have. This is huge. They're going to give us the plumbing, and it's not going to cost anything. Now, if you do get an August build, guess what? You're not getting the plumbing. But here's a little trick. You could always switch back to a hardtop until, August is completely, well, if you're currently in August build, you could switch, let someone take your spot essentially. And then before they announce all the later months builds like September, October, switch back to a soft top. And then, of course, all Broncos being built in September that are soft tops will get the plumbing. So that's big news. Thank you, Ford. That's a huge win. And, that's what we were all asking for quite some time. So Ford delivered on that one. Huge win. Thank you, Ford. Also, a small reconciliation prize. You can bet your money on the fact that you will see soft top Broncos roaming at the off-rodeo events, but with soft tops, not hard tops. So upcoming Bronco off-rodeo events that get opened up, I can bet my dollar on the fact that Ford will send soft top Broncos over there, other than maybe a couple hard tops if they're already sitting at the factory and built before the factory went into the okay to build mode, the actual mass production mode where all the machines are fine-tuned and ready to pump out Broncos that are all of quality and the same. So not when they're tinkering and playing around with this reconciliation prize. What else is your patience gonna get you? Well, if you stick with a hard top, you're most likely gonna get pushed to 2022. Now, of course, if you want a painted hard top, you're getting pushed to 2023. But if you do stick to your hard top, you're gonna get the choice of some amazing new colors like that awesome, fantastic green that I absolutely love. I gotta figure out a way when I'll be able to get that Bronco, but that's, further down the road. Now, I called that a few months ago, the green, and it was disclosed in the latest Ford email. And actually the latest Ford information that we have from June 30th is that it was announced that a very few select painted tops, I believe white painted tops, are actually going to get built for 2022. Now, I wouldn't cross your fingers thinking you're going to get this. I think if they reward anyone with this white top, they'll offer it to day one or day two at most. The first week of reservations. I think those are the people that are going to get offered this white top. So could this be a week one hard top reward, the painted white, possibly a few painted blacks, but definitely a painted white? Is this going to be a week one reward? Well, let me know in the comment section who you think is going to get these very few white tops. Okay, so we're on a roll, and what should we ask for now? Well, first of all, dealers who get an available Bronco, either because they're getting a demo, which everybody, this isn't horrible. We've been waiting, some of us a year, some of us are going to continue to wait for an actual real Bronco to be able to put our hands on, sit in, maybe even drive. But I think it's really important that dealers do get these Broncos, because we need to know if it's worth the wait. You need to be able to go into a dealer, sit in it and say, am I waiting for this, or am I going to buy something else? However, it's not, in my head, it's not fair, it's not right if those dealers just sell them. And Ford agrees with me. Ford is asking and really telling, very, very strictly telling dealers, you have to keep that dealer demo for 6 months. Now, what are some dealers going to do? Well, some dealers are greedier than they are, you could say, honest and have integrity. So some of them are going to be asking $15,000 to $25,000 over MSRP. And what could we ask Ford to do? Well, it would be great if we all, throw in a hashtag, ask Ford that if you currently have a Bronco reservation, and let's say you have a wild track, well, we should ask Ford that if the dealer gets a wild track and you're waiting on a wild track, that at a certain point, maybe the 4-month mark or 3-month mark, whatever it may be, but if this dealer is going to sell this Bronco anyways, it should go at MSRP, that means suggested retail, to the person who's waiting for their Bronco model. However, it wouldn't be fair at all then if that person then sold that themselves for $15,000 to $25,000 over retail and then just waited a bit longer to get their proper Bronco. So this would have to be a trade, trading your current buildable Bronco that's on its way for what the dealer has. One way or another, it doesn't make sense that dealers would get to sell their demo Bronco that we need to sit in, we need to touch, we need to get an idea of whether it's worth waiting for, if they sold it for a crazy amount over retail. Because remember, that could have been someone's Bronco. Now, what's another way that a dealer might have an available Bronco for sale? Well, of course, if someone cancels their order because, they couldn't wait any longer, their lease has been up, they needed a vehicle, they bought, whatever it may be. Now, that dealer could not cancel it and get that Bronco in and then resell it. And also, what's more, of course, is that if a dealer, in the very rare case that the reservations out there didn't fill all their allotments, well, some dealers could have 1 or 2 stock or inventory Broncos. And I think this is another situation where we should be able to swap our future build Bronco that we've reserved and waited for and swap it for a current existing Bronco of the same model, or maybe, any model really. So get that going with Ford. Let's, put this out on the webs, hashtag, Facebook, whatever it may be. Let's get the word out. Now, I'm sure Winston and I missed some of the freebies you should be getting and some of the things that we've gotten by waiting and being patient or complaining. If I missed it, please throw it in the comments section. All the people I mentioned earlier in the video have been doing a great job of filling us in with all the details I miss. I am going to be starting to try to make these videos a lot shorter for you to watch. And as such, I won't be able to elaborate and explain things quite as much. So it's not, quite as repetitive for people who have been here since, January. So please read the comments and catch some of my previous videos. And if I have been helpful at any point, please like and subscribe. That really helps me out. It feeds a poodle, and hopefully it'll get this channel above 1,000 subscribers. So I ask you, help me out. Help me get the last 35 subscribers I'm missing for this channel to actually start making a little tiny bit of money so that I have money to modify the Bronco and, of course, replace any parts I might, break, or I'm probably going to slide this slightly into a tree, get it scratched up, and I'd like to have the money to be able to pay for, new doors or whatever else I might damage on the Bronco, which is obviously going to be completely my fault. I'm sure the Bronco is built way tougher than the level of skills that I have, and that's why I need this. I need your help to get over that 1,000 subscriber mark. Thank you for everyone who has supported me and for everyone who's been helping out in the comments section. So I'm signing off. I'm wishing you all, as usual, more cars and more power, and I hope you all get to put the pedal to the metal this week.